Yo, what is up, guys? This is B Bricks from the Brickdo here, and today I thought I'd do a financial video on the new police station coming out for the modular series on January 1st, 2021. So what I did here was pull the 5 most recent modulars we've seen, and we're going to be doing that same analysis that I've been doing before, taking into account both price per piece, which is probably the most common indicator that LEGO collectors and investors use to assess value, but my personal favorite is the dollar per pound piece. In my opinion, this gives probably a better representation of what you're getting for your money. Now, another good thing to look at here is also the minifigures. What are you going to be getting? Does that correspond correctly with the price and the amount of pieces in a set? And so, yeah, we'll go ahead and get right into it here. So the police station comes with 2,923 pieces, and it's going to be costing $200. Now, if you guys are modular fans, you guys probably know that usually the $200 price is reserved for corner buildings such as the corner garage, while these sort of side buildings are usually in the 170, 180 to 160 range over the last maybe 10 years or so that we've had the modular line. So it's a little bit surprising, but again, we do get about 400 more pieces than usual for these types of buildings. Personally, from my perspective, just on the visual look, I'm having trouble seeing where those pieces are coming from. And I think, when people start getting review copies and whatnot, I'll have a better indicator of that. And we don't exactly have the weight for this set yet as well, so the dollar per pound is going to be missing for this set, but I think we can still have a pretty good indication of the value of this set based on price per piece and whatnot. So let's look at it here. If we go back, we can see usually the price per piece is around 7 cents per piece, excluding the corner garage, which was almost about 8 cents a piece. But nevertheless, I think that's a good value. I would say in general, 10 cents per piece is probably around average. But again, these sets don't really have a lot of exclusive minifigures and whatnot. So I would say in general that value is probably fairly accurate and probably somewhere in the middle there of being a decent value. Minifigure wise, we're usually seeing about 5 or 6. Depending on the size of the set, obviously Assembly Square being the 10th anniversary set and having 4,000 pieces, we went ahead and got 9 minifigures that year, but that was sort of an anomaly. And I will say in general, I don't value these minifigures that highly as they are very standard as far as sort of, LEGO City sets go. So nothing really too special here. I personally don't add a lot of value to those, but I know some people probably do for their display and whatnot. And this is on average about the dollar per each minifigure. So Police Station is a little bit over average, but again, I don't think that is a huge concern for most people. So price per piece in this new set is actually under what I would consider probably the average of the last 5 years, sitting just under 7 cents per piece, which makes me think that even if the weight is in line with some of the other ones that were only $180, that we're still going to get a decent value of the dollar per pound. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be in the 27 range. I would be surprised if it dipped into the 26 range, and I would be very surprised if it was much over 27. So I think just from this analysis right here, I think it's generally in line with value with the last 5 years of modulars. I didn't want to go back any further, as then I would probably have to take into consideration inflation and whatnot. Based on this initial analysis, I do think it's going to be in line with the value of the other sets, and I do think the $200 price tag will be justifiable based on the metrics we have so far, and hopefully this dollar per pound that we will be able to fill in here once we start seeing some review copies come out. For any of you who are looking to pick this up on January 1st, I think that in general for modulars, like we've talked about before, pretty hard to get on sale, so I don't think you're going to be hurting too bad if you're going to be paying $200 on January 1st. Hopefully there's some good promo or something, but as far as that goes, I think that's going to be an okay time to buy. Obviously, if you're looking to invest and whatnot, I'd recommend doing much later in sort of the timeline of the set, but if you're just looking to collect, I think that you'll be okay because this set rarely probably goes on sale if I had to guess. Besides the financial aspect of this set, I'd like to talk about one thing regarding this set that personally for me was a bit of concern when I saw it come out, was that you obviously have the police station in the middle there, but on the two sides you sort of have these recessed buildings that look like some sort of townhomes or apartments. It makes the standalone set look really good, but I was concerned about how this would look connected to other modulars if you guys have those lined up on display. Good news is here I was able to look at all the press release images, and as you can see next to the bookshop, the recessed buildings are actually perfectly in line with the bookshop. So in my opinion, it's the police station that's sort of protruded out, and the appear to be, recessed apartment buildings are actually going to be in line with many of the other sets, but I would still be a little bit cautious of, how you display this set. You don't want those buildings being recessed or protruded out, I should say, next to certain modulars. So I think having it next to the bookshop, which is sort of how I like to display them in the years they came out, is a fantastic idea. I think the colors from the bookshop in transitioning to the police station with sort of that purple on one side looks really good, and you have to sort of be careful with some of those, I would say, bright colors and putting them next to certain modulars. But I think the transition of the colors from the bookshop, that blue, and then transitioning into the purple into more of the standard color of the police station and sort of the dark green on the other side is going to be a nice display transition. But again, I think that's a concern I had, and I know maybe some other collectors were thinking that too, and they saw it. And just so you guys know, I think that won't be an issue as long as you're a little bit cautious of where you're displaying it next to your other modulars. So guys, that's about it with the analysis here. We don't have enough information yet to do the dollar per pound or whatnot. Maybe we'll get that soon and I'll do another one, but this is B Bricks and Brick Dough signing off.